What drives a person to unravel so completely that a single moment of rage defines them forever? In a small, fluorescent-lit department store in suburban Ohio, Karen Mitchell's story began with a crumpled piece of paper and ended in handcuffs, her screams echoing through the aisles like a siren of chaos. This wasn't just about a coupon. It was about a woman teetering on the edge of her own unraveling life, a spark of frustration igniting a firestorm no one saw coming. Karen, a 42-year-old accountant, was known for her meticulous nature. Her co-workers at Harper & Sons Accounting admired her precision, but they whispered about her tightly wound demeanor, the way her smile never quite reached her eyes. Her auburn hair was always pulled into a severe bun, her blouses ironed to crisp perfection. Yet, beneath the surface, Karen was a pressure cooker. Her husband, Tom, had left her 6 months ago for a yoga instructor named Lila, taking half their savings and their golden retriever, Max. Her teenage daughter, Sophie, barely spoke to her, lost in a world of earbuds and resentment. Karen's life was a ledger that no longer balanced, and she clung to control wherever she could find it, starting with coupons. That Saturday morning, Karen strode into Dawson's department store clutching a coupon for 20% off a new blender. The coupon, clipped from a magazine, was her small victory, a way to reclaim order in a world that felt increasingly chaotic. The store buzzed with weekend shoppers, carts squeaking, children whining. Karen navigated the aisles with purpose, her heels clicking against the linoleum. At the checkout, she handed the coupon to Mia, a young cashier with a bright smile and a name tag that read trainee. Mia scanned the coupon, her brow furrowing. "Ma'am, I'm sorry, this expired yesterday," she said, her voice soft but firm. Karen froze. "Expired?" Her voice was low, almost a growl. "That's impossible. I checked the date." Mia turned the coupon toward Karen, pointing to the fine print. "Valid through July 10th, 2025. Today was July 11th. It's just 1 day past, but the system won't accept it," Mia explained, her smile faltering. Karen's face reddened, her hands trembling as she gripped the counter. "Do you know how much I need this blender? I've had a hell of a week, and you're telling me you can't honor a coupon that's 1 day late?" Her voice rose, sharp and cutting, drawing the attention of nearby shoppers. Mia glanced nervously at her manager, Mr. Reynolds, who was restocking shelves nearby. "I'll get my manager, ma'am. Maybe he can help." "Don't bother," Karen snapped, her voice now a shout. "This is ridiculous. I'm a loyal customer. I've shopped here for years." She slammed her fist on the counter, the sound echoing like a gunshot. Shoppers paused, their eyes darting toward the commotion. A mother pulled her child closer, whispering for him to stay back. Mr. Reynolds, a middle-aged man with tired eyes and a receding hairline, approached cautiously. "Ma'am, let's calm down. Maybe we can work something out." "Work something out?" Karen's laugh was brittle, her eyes wild. "You think I'm here to beg? I deserve that discount. You people are thieves." She grabbed the coupon from Mia's hand, tearing it in half and tossing the pieces into the air like confetti. The crowd gasped, a collective intake of breath. At that moment, a new figure emerged from the crowd. Evelyn, an elderly woman with silver hair and a walker adorned with colorful stickers. She was a regular at Dawson's, known for her sharp wit and stories about her days as a civil rights activist. Evelyn had been watching from the sidelines, her eyes narrowed with a mix of pity and disapproval. "Young lady," she said, her voice steady despite her frail frame, "you're making a spectacle of yourself over a piece of paper. There's more to life than a discount." Karen whirled on Evelyn, her face contorted with fury. "Mind your own business, old lady," she spat. "You don't know me. You don't know what I've been through." Evelyn didn't flinch. "I know enough to see a soul in pain," she said quietly. "But pain doesn't give you the right to hurt others." The words hit Karen like a slap, but instead of softening, she doubled down. Her rage, a beast she could no longer cage, erupted. She turned to the display behind Hera, towering pyramid of canned goods, meticulously arranged for a summer sale. With a scream that tore through the store, Karen swung her arm, knocking cans to the floor. The display collapsed in a cascade of metal, cans rolling across the linoleum, one hitting a shopper's ankle. Chaos erupted. Shoppers screamed. Mia ducked behind the counter, and Mr. Reynolds shouted for someone to call security. Evelyn stepped back, her hands trembling on her walker, but her eyes never left Karen. "You're breaking more than cans, dear," she said softly, almost to herself. Two security guards arrived, burly men with stern faces. "Ma'am, you need to come with us," one said, reaching for Karen's arm. She yanked away, her screams incoherent now, a mix of curses and pleas. The guards restrained her, their movements swift and practiced, as she thrashed against them. The crowd parted, some staring in horror, others recording on their phones. Karen's bun had come loose, her hair wild, her face streaked with tears. As the guards led her toward the exit, Karen's eyes locked on Evelyn. For a fleeting moment, something like shame flickered across her face, but it was quickly swallowed by defiance. "You'll regret this," she shouted at no one in particular. "All of you." The police arrived minutes later, their sirens cutting through the humid July air. Karen was handcuffed outside the store, her screams muffled as she was placed in the back of a squad car. Shoppers lingered, whispering, their phones still raised, capturing the spectacle for the world to see. By evening, the video would be trending on X, the hashtag Karen Meltdown racking up thousands of shares. But the story didn't end there. In the quiet aftermath, as Mia swept up the scattered cans, Evelyn approached her. "You did well, child," she said, her voice warm. "Not everyone can stay calm in a storm like that." Mia managed a weak smile. I didn't expect her to lose it like that. Over a coupon." Evelyn shook her head. "It was never about the coupon. That woman's carrying a weight you can't see. We all are, in our own way." Back at home, Karen sat in a holding cell, her hands still shaking, her mind replaying the moment she lost control. She thought of Sophie, who would see the video and hate her even more. She thought of Tom, who would laugh with Lila over her downfall. And she thought of Evelyn, the stranger who saw through her rage to the pain beneath. Karen had wanted to scream at the world, to make it feel her hurt, but all she'd done was break herself further. Days later, the charges disorderly conduct and vandalism were filed, but the real punishment was the public's judgment. The video spread like wildfire, each view stripping away another piece of Karen's dignity. She lost her job at Harper & Sons, her meticulous reputation now a punchline. Sophie moved in with Tom, refusing to speak to her mother. Karen's life, once a carefully balanced ledger, was now a ledger of losses. Yet, in a twist no one expected, Evelyn visited Karen in court. She sat in the back, her walker beside her, watching as Karen pleaded guilty, her voice barely above a whisper. After the hearing, Evelyn approached her, placing a hand on Karen's arm. "You're not your worst moment," she said, "but you've got to face the pain that got you here." Karen didn't respond, her eyes fixed on the floor, but Evelyn's words lingered, a faint spark in the ashes of her life. Could she rebuild? Could she find a way to carry her pain without letting it destroy her? The answer was uncertain, as was the path ahead. For now, Karen was alone, her screams silenced, her story reduced to a viral clip and a bitter lesson in a world that moved on without her. ND.